Hello friends, today I will give you the idea on the modes of transmission of the coronavirus or COVID-19. So in the previous video I given the brief structure of the coronavirus or COVID-19. Today in this sessions, what are the possibilities of the modes of transmission? This is the part 1. This is the part 1. I will give the brief idea. So how it will be transmitting and what are the evidences? The available evidences based and recent publication based and WHO guidelines based. So these are the informations given by the WHO, World Health Organizations. So here the respiratory infections generally transmitting or transferring from one person to another person through the droplets. Those droplets also having different size in this COVID-19 cases. So through these droplets, whatever the based upon the different sizes, the transmitting of the particles transmitting from the infected person to another person. So here what are those different sizes? So if greater than 5 to 10 micrometers, if it is there, the particle size we should be considered as droplets. Whereas if less than the 5 micrometer, if the particle is there from the person to person transmitting time, that droplet we are considering as droplet nuclei. That will be less than the 5 micrometer. Whereas the here whatever the droplets general terminology, so that will be the size. The size will be greater than 5 to 10 micrometer. This is the main difference between the droplets and the droplet nuclei. So now comes to the other point here. Generally, the primarily transmitted people already affected the COVID-19. So that through that it will be transmitting as per the current evidences. Droplets and contact routes. What are the current evidences showing what are already affected people transmitting to another persons through the droplets? Either it may be droplets or droplet nuclei and other contact routes also, direct contact, or some of the evidences also there, indirect evidences. I will give you the latter. And these are the things, possibilities are there transmitting from one person to another person. And one more country recently 75,465 cases analyzed. How it has been transmitting the COVID-19 from one person to another person. As per that evidence analysis, they were concluded the airborne transmission was not reported through the air. Through the air, it may not possible, but some of the parameters also there. So how much of distance required, 1 meter or more than the 1 meter, many more parameters also required. But this analysis based only what they were observed was that airborne transmission was not reported in these cases only. Some of the area it may be transferring. So these are the total current research is going on worldwide. A lot of researchers, many more peoples, whatever the experts, doctors and health organizations and research scholars also, they are doing their level best worldwide. So these are all coming here, the up to date information. So up to date information, we need to know the information. That is the most important. So without false information, we should be try to know the exact information what happening. So that is also awareness is one of the important parameters to create the awareness purpose. So I am doing, these are the simple as per my levels, whatever the possibilities are there. So I will be trying to transmitting like this the message or transfer this message through this channel, YouTube channel, whatever is there. So like that, respiratory symptoms generally transmitting through the another persons. So what are the possibilities are there? So you know very well. Whatever the persons already affected people through coughing and sneezing. So whomever coughing while talking time, person to persons are crowded areas, better to avoid the going of the crowded areas. So coughing and sneezing time, these are the droplets. It may be approximately transmitting 1 meter. So that's why social distancing is very very important, and wearing of mask also very very important. The self discipline is one of the important parameter as per the current situation. And now here another person it will be transferring. So another person affecting, it will be going to affected person. So one person already affected. Whenever the talking time are very near to that person, if the person is coughing or sneezing, at the time it may be through the droplet forms, it may be transmitting to another person. So another person on what routes he may be getting. So that person may getting mucosae. The meaning is through the mouth and the nose. These two areas, mucosae we are calling, and conjunctiva, another route through eyes also. These are the possibility routes may get affected the second person from the already infected person. So that is the meaning of here. And next, transmission may also occur through fomites. So what are those fomites? That is nothing but objects or materials. So what are those materials? These are the chances through that may carry the infection. Those are the fomites means cloths, utensils. That is the meaning is a type of tool that is used in the home. Whatever tools we are using, different kinds, and furniture. So these are the possibility cases also there. And another evidence is direct contact with the infected people. There is no doubt about that. And indirect contact with surfaces in the immediate environment. Whatever an infected person already we talked already, that person may sat in one particular area. He may be roaming in that particular area, so touching some of the areas, and he left from that particular area. See, once second person touches, those are the areas, whatever the surfaces in that particular environment, that is also chances might be there. And objects used on the infected persons, whatever objects they are using, better to avoid those objects whatever are using already infected COVID-19 persons or patient. And airborne transmission different from droplet transmission. So we talked about the droplet transmission up to here. So now here airborne transmission. So that is, what is the airborne transmission means here? The presence of microbes, whatever the virus infected respiratory diseases related we are talking. So that is the microbes within droplet nuclei. So what is the meaning of the droplet nuclei? The particle size will be less than the 5 micrometer. That should be considered as per the recent publications and WHO guidelines. That should be called as droplet nuclei. So though that the airborne transmission chances are there. So that's why that droplets nuclei can remain long periods of time if it is in that particular area. So wherever the infected people area, whatever the sneezing and coughing time, those particle size, if it is less than the 5 micrometer, so at the time, that particular condition time, it may be transmitted to other people. And another thing, no reports of fecal oral transmission to till date. So fecal matters also, but one study cultured evidences, what they said, the single tool specimen they were taken, and what they were observed, intestinal infection also they were observed, and be present in the faces also. So they were observed only one study culture they were did that evidence, but as per the exact report, there is no reports of fecal oral transmission to till date. So that is a cases what they were observed as on till date. So these are the most important awareness information we need to know, and we should know as per the present situations to prevent the coronavirus. Thank you very much.